This morning on DC News Now, it's a wet start to the day and temperatures are about to soar. We're tracking the rain hour by hour. A Montgomery County principal out of a job after a scathing report.
It's absolutely unconscionable, and it needs to stop. It needs to stop now. The people of Montgomery County need to stand up for the victims.
We're breaking down the timeline of this removal. Plus, testing your luck. The proposal to build a casino in Fairfax is moving forward, but not everyone agrees.
No go.
Free help filing your taxes? The resources available to you as we head into tax season. And remembering your favorite children's book.
Walking in the exhibit and seeing Eloise at the plaza and Winnie the Pooh in the 10-acre wood, and that, it brings it back, and it's really, really special.
We're highlighting the new exhibit at the National Building Museum.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good Thursday morning to you. Thanks for starting your morning with us here on DC News Now. I'm Tosa Fakile in for Tanaya Wright.
Good morning to you. I'm Corey James. We've got some rain hitting parts of the DMV this morning. Shanika Grimshaw, she's keeping her eyes on the roads that are also slick, helping you get out the door in time and to your destination safely. Meantime, meteorologist Jackie Lair, she's tracking the storm this morning. Jackie, where is it right now?
Yeah, well, it looks like most of the rain right now is for the eastern half of our viewing area. So up and down the I-95 corridor, expect you will need the windshield wipers right now, and also across southern Maryland as we speak. Down towards Stafford, we are also tracking a few of those rain showers lingering. A few splotches of green back over towards Winchester, but most of our western areas drying things out after that rain has moved through there earlier this morning. And then, speaking of more rain, it heads down towards our south and west. That will continue to work its way through later on today. So more rain is in the forecast. Temperatures are also on the warm side this morning, especially farther south. Right now, 60 in Waldorf, low 60s, Fredericksburg. We're upper 40s right now in D.C., but those high temperatures today will vary to its upper 50s to low 60s. Even warmer tomorrow. It'll feel more like spring out there for your Friday. More details though with the rest of that 7-day forecast is coming up in just a few minutes. But Shanika's here with the all-important look at those roadways on this wet Thursday morning. How's it looking right now?
Well, we have multiple trouble spots around our region, and I'll get to most of those later on in the show. But check out BW Parkway heading southbound just past 202. You are really on your brakes. Take it easy out there. I don't know if you can notice, but the roadways are slippery, and we are still dealing with a fatal crash and investigation heading northbound, and that's right between 50 and 202. Let's flip over to the map so we can see the rest of our road conditions. Here's 50 right near 202. So leading up to this point, you are seeing some congestion there as well. If you're heading into the district, you will need more time.
All right, Shanika, thank you. Your time coming up on 7:02. Developing now, Alexandria police are searching for the parents or guardians of a toddler.
Yeah, they say that toddler was randomly dropped off at an apartment and they have no idea who she is or where her loved ones are. Take a look at this photo here. Officers say this little girl was left in an apartment complex on South Van Dorn Street by an unknown person last night around 10 o'clock. Right now, she's in the care of Child Protective Services. DC News Now is working to learn more about the circumstances of this all. In the meantime, if you recognize who this little girl is or have any information about her family, you are asked to contact police. DC police say a man is in custody for the deadly shooting of a 10-year-old girl last Mother's Day. Officials say 19-year-old Dallas McKinney is facing first-degree murder while armed for the killing of Ariana Davis. She was hit by a stray bullet while riding in a car with her family on Hayes Street in Northeast. Detectives have another teen in custody, and they also believe he is responsible.
A D.C. police officer is on administrative duty after shooting and killing a man suffering from a mental health crisis. Officers responded to a call yesterday at about 7 a.m. on Benning Road. Investigators say crisis intervention officers spoke to the man for about 2 hours before he agreed to get in an ambulance. Now, according to officials, the man attacked a paramedic on the way to the hospital, jumped out of the ambulance on North Capitol Street, and assaulted an officer. Police claim they shot him when he approached them with some kind of metal object in his hand. People say they're concerned, especially since the man was shot by crisis intervention officers.
Who do you call? If you call in the police and these are the ones that's going to take your life after talking to you for 2 hours, there was some failures here.
MPD haven't identified the officer or the man who was shot. The shooting under investigation.
Time right now is 7:03. DC police say they found a woman's stolen car burned in an alley not too far from where it was taken. Police also believe that car was involved in a shooting. Now, the owner of the car tells DC News Now that she told police about the missing car last week after her AirTag tracker showed her where it was.
Finding out later that my car was used in a violent crime, and maybe if it had been found sooner, that would not have been the case.
Police say there have been more than 315 car thefts so far this year. That number down 19% from last year. And D.C. Police is giving out free tracking tags to people who live in the 5th District. This will take place at 4:30 in the afternoon today in the RFK Stadium Lot 3. Officers will help install the devices in vehicles. They also will set up the tracking tags on phones or other mobile devices as well. Police say you must have a valid ID. Time right now is 7:04. A school principal in Montgomery County with more than a dozen sexual harassment and bullying allegations is out of a job.
Yeah, the school system announced yesterday that Joel Beidelman no longer works for MCPS.
And this comes after Montgomery County's Office of the Inspector General released its report stating there are multiple issues with how the school district handled complaints of employee misconduct. DC News Now's Lex Suarez is live this morning. And Lex, it is important to note this report did not focus on allegations against Beidelman or the district's actions to address them.
That's right, but it does look into how the school district handles any complaints of misconduct, and this investigation sparked from the investigation into Beidelman. And all of this does in this new report from the Attorney General, or the Inspector General, excuse me, especially as parents and people who have been following this case are concerned, it really validates their feelings into what they call a lack of transparency from MCPS. The report says the findings should not be surprising to some in senior management, pointing out similar observations of mishandling complaints on multiple occasions dating back to 2019. The Inspector General found that the school system does not have comprehensive protocol for receiving or evaluating complaints, even with multiple ways to submit complaints. Basically, there is no standard for what was investigated when it came to Dr. Joel Beidelman and his misconduct, and no protocol for documentation either. Parents feel this is made worse by MCPS's lack of transparency.
It's absolutely unconscionable, and it needs to stop. It needs to stop now. The people of Montgomery County needs to stand up for the victims.
We're going to look at our HR policies comprehensively, create new policies, and make sure that the administration is creating regulations so that no matter who's on the Board of Education, no matter whose staff is on the leadership team, they have the guidance that they need.
Superintendent Monifa McKnight also says there was a comprehensive plan developed last summer after the independent law firm's report was released into the Beidelman investigation. And she says that there is new protocol coming to the school system at the end of this month. That new protocol including a new reporting system. In Rockville, I'm Lex Suarez, DC News Now.
Lex, thank you for breaking down that report. And that Inspector General report came out just hours before school officials announced Beidelman was no longer an employee. And this controversy started last summer. So let's break down the timeline for you. On June 27th, the board named him principal of Paint Branch High School. 2 months later, the Washington Post published a shocking article on Beidelman. And where things stand right now is Montgomery County School District remains under fire. And there have been 2 other investigations into the school district's misconduct and mishandling. An independent investigation found Beidelman was promoted despite being under investigation by the district in September. The county's Inspector General released a report finding sexual harassment claims against him were true in December.
And time right now is 7:07. Parents in Virginia could soon have more control over where their child goes to school. A new bill would allow students who live outside of a school zoned area to attend that school. Now, if passed, the Board of Education would be required to develop policies and some guidance for non-resident students. The board would also have to present those policies by August 1st. And legislation to ban or restrict cell phone use in Virginia schools just passed in the state Senate. The bill allows school boards to create its own policies that would be in effect and start during regular school hours. It passed the Senate with a 36-3 vote. Right now it heads to the House. A casino could be coming to Northern Virginia sometime in the near future.
And the supporters of the plan say it could be a huge draw for visitors. Others say they're skeptical. DC News Now's Candace Cole joins us live from Fairfax. Candace, good morning.
Good morning, Tosin and Corey. Well, Fairfax County is one step closer to holding a referendum that could give the green light for a casino to be built here in the county. That's after a bill passed a key Virginia Senate committee yesterday. This vacant car lot here in Vienna could be the future home of a casino, concert venue, and conference center. A bill making its way through Virginia's State House in Richmond would allow voters in Fairfax County to decide on a referendum to allow plans for a casino to move forward. Virginia Senator David Marsden is sponsoring the bill. He says a casino would diversify Fairfax County's tax base and draw gamblers from Potomac and Bethesda in Maryland. He also says a casino in Northern Virginia would help to recoup some of the money flowing out of the state into Maryland's MGM Casino at National Harbor. While some agree with Marsden that a casino in the area would be a good thing, some civic groups have voiced opposition, citing concerns over traffic and crime. And Fairfax County Board of Supervisors Chair Jeff McKay says he doesn't see any real financial gain for the county.
That everything's convenient, it's metro accessible. I think a casino is great. It'll bring a lot of revenue, and it's always good for a change. Why not?
It doesn't look like a good financial deal for the county, and I am concerned that our local land use rights and responsibilities as local government are respected.
Now, McKay and the County Legislative Committee will review that bill tomorrow. If it passes the Virginia Senate Finance Committee, it will go on for a floor vote in the Senate. Reporting live from Fairfax County, Candace Cole, D.C. News Now.
All right, Candace, thanks for explaining that. 7:10 happening today. Montgomery County Council is hosting a public hearing on a proposed minor amendment to the Takoma Park Master Plan. That master plan's recommendation to the council looks to improve quality of life and guide future development of that area. Council documents show the proposed changes include expanding affordable housing options and mixed-use zoning. Now, while it is too late to sign up to speak, you still can attend the meeting. It starts at 7 o'clock at Takoma Park Middle School.